Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham, back with another video for you guys. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's break down Todd McShay's latest mock draft. Oh, he did 2 rounds. He didn't go the lazy route this time. So, yes, the Chicago Bears are involved. He's released his latest mock. It is 2 rounds. Bears, of course, have 2 second-round picks, so he has a couple of players coming to Chicago. We'll break those guys down in just a little bit. I'll be curious to see what you guys think of his selections to the Chicago Bears. I'll give you this hint before we get into it. 1 offensive player, 1 defensive player. I actually quite like what McShay did with the Bears' 2 picks in his latest mock draft. Real quick to recap, the Bears' 2020 draft picks, of course, the 2 second-round picks, which will be the focus today. 1 fifth-round pick, 2 sixths, and 2 seventh-round picks. Lost the 4th-round pick in the trade for Nick Foles. And then these are the biggest needs as the draft approaches. Less than 4 weeks. We'll be there before you know it. Cornerback and offensive line, those are the top 2. I think O-line is clearly the number 1 need. Safety, wide receiver, tight end I still have on there. Jimmy Graham's obviously on board, but I don't think there's necessarily any harm in adding a young tight end perhaps on day 3. So those are some of the Bears' biggest needs. I've got a challenge for you guys, and I want you guys to type me if you're excited for the NFL Draft. I want to reach 500 comments on today's video. So if you're excited, type the letters M-E. I know I'm excited. I've already typed my me down in the comment section. If you're pumped up for the draft, if you can't wait, no live sports right now, so go ahead and type me if you're excited for the draft. We'll keep the videos coming. Let's set a new record here on Chicago Bears Now and get to 500 comments on this video. All right, let's get Todd McShay's mock draft rolling here with the first pick for the Bears, round 2, pick number 43. He goes defense, cornerback Damon Arnette out of Ohio State. Good selection here. Press corner. He takes pride in playing in man-to-man, likes to press. Not a premier athlete, but good enough. Ran in the mid-4.5s at the NFL Combine. Didn't do a lot of the other testing drills. Did Damon Arnette. Gets a little bit overshadowed because his teammate is Jeff Okudah, who is the top cornerback in this year's NFL Draft. But Damon Arnette's a good player. 5-year player at Ohio State, redshirted, played a lot, even as a redshirt freshman back in 2016. 3-year starter the past 3 years, 22 pass breakups, 5 picks in his career, over 100 tackles. He is a good, solid cornerback that played at a big-time program and played at a high level. I don't know if he'll ever be a number 1 corner in the NFL, but I think he's an instant starter right away. You plug him in, he will fit in right opposite of Kyle Fuller on this Bears defense. You cut Prince Amukamara. Todd McShay fills that need with Damon Arnette, and I think it's a good selection overall. I want you guys to grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Damon Arnette, the cornerback out of Ohio State, number 43 overall. I think it's a solid B. I think it's a good pick. I like this move by Todd McShay. If you can get a cornerback in one of your round 2 picks, it's a deep corner class. I think that is certainly a good selection. Remember, guys, 500 comments on today's video is the goal. So go ahead and grade the pick here on Chicago Bears Now. And while you're doing that, go ahead and check out our deal of the day. It's Bears hats. A ton of different styles are on sale, up to 25% off. Chatsports.com/Bears hats. There's a tons of different types. You got the snapbacks, you got the fitted ones. You got the ones that look fitted but actually aren't. They got the adjustable hat as well. All kinds of different ones, flat bills, curved bills, baseball style, whatever you want. Chatsports.com/Bears hat. I love this bright orange one with the old school logo. Might be my favorite one on here. And guess what? It is on sale. Again, chatsports.com/Bears hats. Check the comments, check the description. The link will be in there for you guys. So back to Damon Arnette, the first pick in this Bears mock draft from ESPN draft analyst Todd McShay. Look, older player, 23 years old, so you're not getting, a guy that's only 20 or 21 that you can, continue to develop. He's pretty developed. Like, you kind of know what you're getting here. I think you're getting a solid number 2 corner in the NFL. Like, I don't think he'll ever be an all-pro, but I think you plug him in opposite of Kyle Fuller, you've kind of fixed your secondary there. You still need a safety next to Eddie Jackson. I don't think Deion Bush can start, but you're good at the cornerback position. You're good at free safety. Go sign a safety in free agency, and you're feeling pretty good in your secondary. Buster Skrine, one of the better nickelbacks in the NFL. I do think the Bears need a number 2 corner, and Damon Arnette could fill that need. Now, obviously, Todd McShay did a full 2-round mock draft. So here were some of the guys taken before Damon Arnette. Obviously, his teammate Jeff Okudah, he goes number 3 overall to the Detroit Lions. Florida cornerback C.J. Henderson goes to the Dallas Cowboys at number 17 overall. Trevon Diggs out of Alabama, he went number 25 to Minnesota. A.J. Terrell, 31st to Clemson. And then Christian Fulton went number 38 overall to the Carolina Panthers. These 3 guys were taken after Arnette in this 2-round mock draft. Jalen Johnson, the cornerback out of Utah, haven't talked about him a lot. I think he's a guy at pick number 50 the Bears could be interested in. Jeff Gladney, he slid in this mock. I was a little surprised. He fell all the way to number 57. I think him and Arnette are very similar range as each other, Gladney and Damon Arnette. And then Noah producer Dylan's in my ear. I knew I was going to get this one wrong. Igbenogany. That's how you say it. Igbenogany. The Auburn corner, he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. I totally screwed that up. I knew I was going to screw the pooch on that one. He's a good player as well. So those are some of the guys who went after cornerback Damon Arnette, but 8 corners in all for Todd McShay in his mock draft. Like I said, though, I was surprised Gladney slid. What do you guys think? Who would you rather draft, Damon Arnette or Jeff Gladney? Gladney, obviously, smaller school at TCU. Blue blood program is Ohio State, which is where Damon Arnette came from. What do you guys think? Type DA for Damon Arnette, type JG for Jeff Gladney. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. And if you want more Bears videos, why don't you go ahead and just hit that red subscribe button. We're increasing our draft coverage as we enter the month of April. NFL Draft, less than 4 weeks away. We still have the latest free agency news. We'll do Q&As, all that good stuff for you guys. And then our coverage will continue on into the 2020 NFL season. So don't go anywhere. Hit that big red subscribe button. The link is down below, youtube.com/BearsNow. Next pick up is Jalen Reagor, the second of 2 picks from Todd McShay here on his 2-round mock draft as we continue to break this thing out. I think this is a steal at the 50th pick. Some teams like Reagor as a first-round grade, but this is a deep wide receiver class, so someone's got to drop, and maybe Jalen Reagor becomes that guy, and if he does, I think it's an ideal fit because the Bears don't have a ton of speed on this offense. Tariq Cohen's a quick player, but he's not a guy that can run, 40-yard post patterns and burn a safety. Jalen Reagor can do that. He did that a lot at TCU. Really good game speed. Didn't run as well as he wanted to at the combine. I wouldn't worry about it. Turn on his highlights on YouTube or whatever it is. You'll see that this guy can burn. Special team player as well. He can return punts and kicks. Average over 15 yards a catch in college, 22 touchdowns in 3 seasons. And that was with primarily pretty below average quarterback play in his career at TCU. I like Jalen Reagor. We've talked about him a lot. I think at the number 50 overall pick, he would be an absolute steal for the Chicago Bears. But grade the pick. Let me know. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm giving it an A. I think this is good value. I would have given it an A- at pick 43. I think it's a good pick to get a speedster like Reagor who can run a lot of different routes, do some versatile things as well. You can line him up in the backfield. You can bring him on jet sweeps. He can do a lot of stuff, including on special teams. But A, B, C, D, or F. Go ahead and grade the pick, Jalen Reagor, at pick number 50. So Reagor, 3-year player at TCU, just 21 years old, so he's a younger prospect than Damon Arnette. He's got room to grow. I think he can become a really, really good number 2 wide receiver in the NFL. I don't know if he can be a number 1. He's got the speed to have that chance. I don't think he'll ever become a Tyreek Hill type. I don't think he's that fast, but I do think he can be a really, really good player. And if you plug him in next to Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller, I think your starting wide receiver core is very, very good. And then you got Williams and Ridley in the ranks ready to come and plug in spot situations. I like the idea of this wide receiver core. I think Jalen Reagor could be a solid number 2 receiver for the Chicago Bears. Now, you look at some of the receivers drafted before Reagor. This is a loaded receiver class, guys. A bunch of them went before Reagor. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs on a run of receivers from 11 to 13 for the Jets, Raiders, and 49ers. Todd McShay had Brandon Ayuk going to the Jaguars at number 20. I was surprised by that one. I actually like Reagor better than Ayuk, and they went 30 picks apart. Justin Jefferson, number 22 out of LSU, he goes to the Minnesota Vikings. And then T. Higgins and Michael Pittman, they go at the end of round 1 and early round 2 to the Packers and Colts, respectively. The Giants snag Denzel Mims out of Baylor at pick number 36. But then the Broncos stay close to home. They bring in Laviska Shenault out of Colorado. And then only 2 wide receivers fell behind Reagor in this 2-round mock draft from Todd McShay. Chase Claypool and Devin Duvernay were the only 2 wide receivers that went after Jalen Reagor in this mock draft. Are you upset that Todd McShay didn't draft an offensive lineman? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. Look, sometimes these mock drafts, they just fall the way they fall. When he selected, there wasn't really a solid interior offensive lineman at 43 or 50, so I don't really blame him doing for what he did. But type Y for yes, type N for no if you're upset that he didn't take an offensive lineman. This is kind of a quick recap. Round 2, Damon Arnette, pick number 43, the cornerback out of Ohio State. And then Jalen Reagor, the second round pick here. He goes 50th overall, the receiver out of TCU. And then the remaining picks there, 5th round pick, 163 overall, 2 6th round picks, 2 7th round picks. If you start with Arnette and Reagor, I think you're doing pretty all right if you're the Chicago Bears.